Hello and welcome everybody to our new episode of the First Friday Showcase podcast. Last episode, we spoke about our webinar events that were going on as usual, and we also had a discussion with Logan Buchanan on email marketing and how to create effective newsletters for your business. In this episode, we're going to be going over SBDC Day. Julian and I, we're going to talk about ways to get involved, kind of what SBDC Day is, and just what it's all about. So we're going to dive into the consultant corner here. Julian's going to go ahead and talk about the consultant corner from February.
Yep. So our consultant for the month was Vicky Gaines. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Who's a global trade manager. She joined the St. Vincent SBDC in 1998 and also received the Master of Science in Operational Excellence from St. Vincent's College. And she assists clients with a number of things, including international trade development, educational training, domestic and international market research, business startup and expansion, business plans, and also financial projections.
Yep. And to see the full write-up of the consultant corner, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter, the PA SBDC newsletter that goes out the second and fourth Monday of every month. So you just missed it, but if you subscribe, you can get the next one in a couple weeks. So now some webinar events we have coming up. This first one is actually going to be a 4-part session. It's a 4-week accelerated program, and that's business skills for success. And we've actually had this before. We had a podcast on it actually with Josephina and Carcian, I think, and somebody else. I can't remember. But this 4-week accelerated webinar series is basically going to be for early stage and existing entrepreneurs who want to take their business to the next level. And it's going to kind of allow you to form a pitch, form a business idea if you're new, and then you get to present it at the end and get some feedback on it before you do the real thing. So that's on March 10th at 10:30 a.m. That's the first session. And then every week thereafter. Our next event is Cybersecurity 101, and that's going to talk about protecting your business and information in a post-COVID-19 world where there's lots of cybersecurity threats, kind of what the trends and risks are with cybersecurity, or trends with cybersecurity and risks that could impact your business is what is going to be gone over in that webinar. And that's March 10th as well at 1 p.m. And that's in it. Those two are, there's many other webinars we have. Some are free. Actually, the business skills for success, there's initial payment of $25. So I know we usually have free ones. That one is, there is a payment for that one. But again, there's a lot of our webinars you can find on ecenterdirect.com. So check that out. So our featured topic here, we're going to talk about SBDC Day for a little bit. Julian, do you want to start off with some remarks on SBDC Day, maybe a little bit about it?
So our 6th annual SBDC Day takes place on Wednesday, March 16th of this year. And SBDC Day, it really unites nearly 1,000 centers across the country. And it gives people the chance to share the success stories and the impacts that SBDCs have had on their small businesses and the small business community, really.
Yeah, and like you said, it's the 6th annual. The last few have been a little weird with COVID, but we made it work. I know a lot of since it's across the country, obviously a lot of it is online, and it's kind of like a build-up sort of thing, leading up to the day. But the actual day, I know there's events that are going on. There's usually webinars, and a lot of centers share their success stories and kind of have a plan in place. I know PA SBDC, we do a countdown. So we're advertising a different PA center every day, and we have graphics for it, and it's a countdown. So what are some ways, just as a small business owner, how could you get involved with this if it's something that's kind of higher up?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, like you said, with the countdown, that's a good way to get involved and get to know what's going on. People all over social media are using the hashtag SBDC day to like follow along the countdown. And I think with like those success stories, like listening to other people's successes always kind of like gives motivation to others to do well too. So like kind of like bouncing ideas off each other, and people get to like get motivated by others, especially with the small business center community. Like people are always like sharing ideas and getting, help from others. And like we always talked about in the past, like if you're a small business, you help others are going to help you, and everybody does well. It's just like a tight knit community.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I think not just getting motivated, but just simply learning what other businesses the SBDC helps with, because from a small business owner's perspective, you might know that the SBDC helped you out a lot, but you might not know what we do for other businesses
Right.
at all. You might not even know some of the other businesses we're involved with. So I think this is a good opportunity to kind of gain that knowledge, maybe get a little more information on the SBDC outside of your, as a client, you probably have this close relationship with a consultant, maybe you have some financial, you only know a few people, but with SBDC Day, it kind of allows you to get that full picture and just gain additional knowledge.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're looking to, how find a way to reach out, you contact your local center to see how they're celebrating it and what they are doing, like you just said.
Yeah, definitely reach out. So I'd say reach out for your local center, see what they're doing so you can support it. Be on the lookout for any social media campaigns. If you follow, I think SBA probably gets involved. America's SBDC definitely gets involved. Your state SBDC and definitely your local will all be posting somehow. So check that out. Again, the hashtag SBDC Day. You can follow along. Yeah, like we said, they share annual reports, success stories, and usually if they have the resources, some form of like content on social media, like a fancy PDF or something, and there's usually webinars and stuff like on the day. So really not much else to talk about. That's March 16th, Wednesday. So just be on the lookout for it, I guess. Do you have anything else to add, Julian?
Yeah, I just think it's a good way to get involved. Like you said, with the webinars and following along on social media and stuff, like it's a good way to get involved and get some ideas and get going with your business if you really want to.
Great. That's really, this is going to be a short episode. That's really all we had to talk about here. Yeah. So I just want to thank all of our listeners and viewers for our 11th episode of the First Friday Showcase. Next episode is going to be April 1st, April Fool's Day. So maybe we won't even release it. But it will be some new events, our new webinar events coming up, and then another discussion with either a consultant, Julian and I, or a GA or intern. So be prepared for that. And to view all of our training events, please visit pasbdc.ecenterdirect.com. And I'll have that blooped up here. But that's everything for now, guys. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.